Good morning.
Good morning. I'm David Carter. I'm 31 years old. I was injured in a motorcycle accident about 7 years ago. I spent 4 months in Shepherd Center, a month in Grady for the surgeries and piecing myself back together, and was introduced to water skiing about a year and a half after my accident, and since have become one of the most elite disabled water skiers in the world, not only just in the U.S., because I've had the opportunity to ski three different national competitions and was selected as a world team member 3 times in a row. And this year I was blessed with the ability to have both trick and slalom. I went to the finals in, skied the best that I've skied in 6 years since I started doing this, and have been nothing but blessed for being on such an awesome team with amazing people.
So people don't know where we are.
We are in Mayuna Bay, Australia, which is just north of, about an hour and a half just north of Sydney, Australia. And absolutely beautiful. I'm sure you can see the trees in the background. It's just amazing.
Yeah. And so you did a personal best in.
I did personal best in trick. My personal best before was 5:30, and this time I hit 6:20 and was able to get. I actually was able to attempt a lot more tricks than I normally do. I didn't get points for it, but it was still a work in progress, so I'm pretty happy with that.
And what was your injury? You mentioned your injury.
At T7 complete, which is very minimal core control but full upper body as far as the limbs are concerned, which puts me in a classification of MP3.
And how were you injured?
Motorcycle accident.
Oh.
I lost control, motorcycle, I don't remember it, but I was told it low-sided, hit the grass, and it catapulted me into a road sign and broke my spine at T7 and caused it to break and drop and pinch the spinal cord. And I think it was 16 days is how long I spent in Grady before they pulled me apart, put hardware in me because I had a lot of other medical issues that they had to fix.
What is Grady?
Grady is one of the biggest, what is it called? It's one of the biggest ER departments in Atlanta, or Georgia.
Oh, you're from Georgia.
Yes, I am. Atlanta, Georgia. Well, Dallas, Georgia, but close to Atlanta.
Close to Atlanta. I read an article about you from the Shepherd Center, saw that online, that you're participating in a study.
I actually am one of the demo people for the Indigo exoskeleton. So if they need someone to demo it at a rehab center or for personal use, they contact me or maybe 5 or 6 other people and get us to travel with them to show how it works.
What is that you're talking about?
It's an exoskeleton that helps move the limbs that we don't have control of as far as the legs and a little bit of the core is concerned. So it will give you the ability to stand up, sit down, walk fast, walk slow, go up steps, down steps. Pretty much you control the steps, you control all of the functions. It doesn't automatically do it. You are the one that actually engages the steps. So being T7, which has minimal core, I can use the forearm crutches and walk with it at a pretty steady pace. We've had patients that are all the way up to C5 use it with a walker that has the arm assist on the top of it, and you have to have an assistant with you while you're using it, for personal use mostly, but at rehab use you'll have a therapist with you as well.
And that's a device, or would you call it a device?
It is, I guess you could say, it's a device to help move and rebuild the muscles within the legs that begin to atrophy over time. So it'll give you the opportunity to actually stand up and does the motor function for you of your legs. So it gives you the ability to walk even though you're not physically moving the legs.
It's walking for you.
It is, and it does all of the support for you. It holds you.
How expensive is that thing?
Right now, I think they're saying it's about 60 to 70,000, but over time, you never know. The price may come down a little bit, but just the benefits of it for bowel, bladder, blood circulation is just outrageous.
Yeah.
The difference that it makes.
I think you touched on were you a water skier? Did you water ski before you were injured?
I did, but it was only competitive between my brother and myself. It was never competition-wise. And I met with Lisa from Shepherd Center, and she kind of pushed me into at least wanting to observe some of the water skiing just to see what it was about. And I talked to a couple of the elite skiers, and they pretty much motivated me to really get into the sport and to start progressing, just to show that it's not something that can't be achieved.
And being here, can you describe this experience? A lot of people describe it as a family in some respects.
It's one massive family. I mean, we don't get to see each other but maybe once every year or once every 2 years, but when we come together, it's just like not skipping a beat. Getting to see the Canadians and the Australians and some of the guy from Brazil and the Italians, the French, just a big, huge family that it's humbling to be a part of something like this.
And then what happens when you're on the water?
It's competition time. That we're still friends, but I still want to ski better than them, even though when you make it back to the dock, it's ski your best and have fun, enjoy.
What would you say, what do you say, not would you say, what do you say out there to anyone that's been newly injured or has someone in their life that has a physical challenge about water skiing?
One of the main things that I try to explain is their limitations are what they put in front of them. If they think that they can't do it, then they're not going to do it. But if you have the mindset that you have the ability and the opportunity to progress in such directions, why not try it? Why not go for it? I mean, yeah, it's going to be difficult, but you have to think outside of the box that most people try to contain themselves into to make it work, and it's possible. You can't give up.
And you're a college student.
I am a college student, so had to take a vacation of about 2 weeks from school, but I'm still doing the work here while I'm in college and sending in reports and sending in quizzes and notes and everything that you would normally do in a classroom, so it's still being taken care of.
Except you're going out and competing on a world level.
Yes.
Between classes.
Yes.
Between classes. And what is your major, what's your goal with your education to do after you finish school?
Preferably going for, I want to get a bachelor's in business within the medical field, and then eventually progress to a master's in the occupational therapy with spinal cord injured patients. That's what the goal is. It may take a little longer than expected, but eventually that's what I want to do.
That is really awesome. So anything else you want to say?
Not really that I can think of, besides go USA.
Right on. Thank you, David, so much. Again, David Carter, Team USA 2017. We're here at the World Championships, and he is indeed.
We are USA.
We are Team USA. Thanks, David.
Thank
Talk
you.
to you later. Bye.